Good evening. I'm WAFF 48 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis. Tonight, we're taking an in-depth look at the future of storm tracking, predicting, and warnings. You'll learn how our understanding of land, lightning, and sound are all playing important roles in the way we predict a storm's path, and how our WAFF 48 First Alert weather team is using the latest technology to stay ahead of these storms. It's all a part of our commitment to keeping you and your family safe. Severe weather is part of life in the Tennessee Valley. 1989, a tornado ripped apart businesses and homes in South Huntsville along Airport Road.
I got rotation coming through Phil Campbell right now.
April 27th, 2011, from Phil Campbell to Harvest and from Huntsville to Sand Mountain. More than 200 people across the entire state would lose their lives during that historic tornado outbreak. And in 2016, a tornado tore into the town of Rosalie, leaving 3 people dead in its wake. We've learned that these storms can develop quickly, and precise forecasting is essential to keep you safe. There is one tool that remains vital in our mission to warn you first when dangerous storms approach the Tennessee Valley. The WAFF 48 million watt radar is the fastest, most accurate, centrally located, and dependable radar in North Alabama. It is the most important tool in getting you the life-saving information to protect your family, giving you a 3-minute advantage over all other area radars. Our previous live radar took a direct hit during the tornado outbreak in April of 2011. That's the tornado. It is ripping through homes right there. It was destroyed. You can see the tornado closing in here and the moment of impact. Again, that's the last image there of that tornado. It's crossing Highway 72 now. And now our radar's out, so it looks like a direct hit on our radar. When we set out to replace our system, we decided to get the biggest and the most powerful radar available. We don't believe in taking chances when it comes to life-saving technology. The WAFF 48 First Alert weather team has a direct link to the radar. We control every aspect of the data. This means you have an advantage of at least 3 minutes more warning when depending on our radar versus any other in the Tennessee Valley. A lot can happen in 3 minutes. In fact, in some events, a tornado may only stay on the ground for 5 minutes. This 3-minute advantage means you have more time to get your family to safety. We tell you all the time, 1 million watts powers our radar. This powers the brains of our radar, giving you accuracy and precision. We can detect damaging and twisting winds right down to your street. Location is everything. Our radar is located near French's Mill in Limestone County. This gives you a better view of approaching and developing storms. We see farther west, and with a lower radar beam, we can see what's happening at surface level. This location gave viewers at least a 3-minute advantage when an EF3 tornado hit Athens in 2012. This tornado was already on the ground, doing significant damage before the National Weather Service radar in Jackson County detected it. The storm damaged homes in Athens, Harvest, Meridianville, Hazel Green, and Newmarket. And with a 3-minute advance warning, families in the communities had plenty of time to get into a safe place. You can depend on the WAFF 48 First Alert radar to be up and running when severe weather hits. Sounds like a given, doesn't it? But numerous National Weather Service area radars, including some covering North Alabama, have experienced maintenance issues. While the NexRad network is excellent, the radars are showing their age, and the federal government is not always providing enough funds for repairs or maintenance. That's not the issue with our radar. WAFF 48 services the radar on a regular basis to make sure it's up, running, and tracking storms when lives are in danger. Speed, accuracy, location, and dependability. A 3-minute advantage. 3 minutes to take cover and get your family to safety when the next storm strikes. I'm out here with Dr. Kevin Knupp. We're at SWIRL, it's a big research center right here in Huntsville. Now, one of the things I think everyone can agree on is how fascinating the weather is. But when you get to research, Dr. Knupp, I think the more we research, the more we find out we don't understand everything going on with the weather. Well, what's some of the biggest surprises you've had, and what's your biggest research area when it comes to severe weather and tornadoes in general?
The research process is one in which you start to be able to resolve different atmospheric circulations and variations in temperature and so forth. And as you start diving into it, you find that the atmosphere is a lot more variable than you had anticipated.
So basically, as the storms move through, they're not just moving in a straight line. You've got all sorts of different things going on.
Well, as storms come in, they evolve in response to the changing conditions.
I know there's a lot of people around here who've been here a long period of time, and there seems to be these patterns that set up, these tracks, areas that are more favorable. Typically, we're dealing with high wind as it moves into the shoals, and then we kind of get this weakening trend. We're kind of lulled into a false sense of security, and all of a sudden it ramps back up.
Yeah, that ramp up in tornado activity as systems move in from the west is something that occurs time and time again. Every time it does occur, I'm surprised at it because I don't anticipate it necessarily. And I think a big player in that behavior is just the variations in the surface that we have around here. Lake Wheeler, for example, on the Tennessee River. The agricultural regions in western Madison and Limestone County.
And for those in the shoals, what's the biggest problem you think? Sometimes we get the complaint that the warnings don't come out until they're after they've moved away from the shoals.
The northwest part of Alabama is not well covered by radars, especially at low levels, and we're just missing a lot of that information that we get.
So we're basically scanning above where all the action is.
Yeah, we're scanning above the important variations, atmospheric variations that would provide signatures of, perhaps signatures of impending severe weather and tornadoes.
Coming up, we'll explore why tornadoes seem to intensify over the same areas storm after storm and the possible impact of the Sand Mountain Plateau. Plus, does your dog sense severe weather before it strikes? There could be a scientific reason why. We'll tell you how this box could help give you the same advantage.